Hello and welcome back to You Like It, We Don't. I'm one of your three hosts, Urbia.
I'm Maeve.
And I'm Jen, and today we're going to give an overview of what we think is going to happen in the Solo movie based on the trailers. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I don't have a lot of hope.
It's gonna suck, basically. That's what we're trying to say.
It's
To put it
gonna
nicely. I don't know how.
It's going to be
Yeah.
dog shit.
Yeah,
I mean-
guys, did you notice while watching the trailers that it did not feel at all like Star Wars?
I'm used to that now. That's okay.
Yeah, it didn't feel like Star Wars at all. Like,
He's
just because
okay.
you put the Millennium Falcon... He's okay. No, he's not okay.
He's not okay.
He's not okay.
He's okay.
Senor, it's not okay.
Star
Okay,
Wars.
now listen.
Star Wars died last year.
Yeah, look, Star Wars was murdered last year. It didn't die. It was
Shot.
brutally murdered. But I mean, okay. I mean, look, are you guys surprised that the tone doesn't feel right when a new director was brought in 70% of the way through it?
Yeah, but how can that explain the different feel of the trailers? I mean, surely the trailers were released before the directors were swapped, weren't they?
I don't know. Whatever
No,
the
no,
case
I mean,
was,
look,
one director,
the
20
newest
directors, it's gonna
trailer-
suck.
The newest trailer got released 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
So, no.
But I
it's-
didn't
it-
detect
it's been a
any
while.
difference in tone.
Yeah, there was no difference in tone. I mean, look.
Western
either-
music.
Oh yeah, there was.
Oh,
it was
Jesus,
Western
don't
music.
mention the Western
It was
music.
Western music in the beginning that built up as it went through the trailer, and then it got like it got into like a weird territory. It was like, okay, because it kind of felt like I was listening to it and I was like, okay, you're trying to make this scene look more epic than it is with this music. Because like it's just them talking. It's like dun 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 dun, dun like what the.
Remember
what's
at
with
the end,
Like,
it
what
was
the
like,
fuck?
soon everyone will betray you, and you will never
Yeah,
be
It's
disappointed.
just the opening monologue.
It's
Nothing
like-
epic is happening.
Remember, we got this with Rogue One when it was like implied that some torture was gonna happen with Jin or
yes,
whatever.
yes.
Like it's gonna be some bullshit. It's like as soon as someone will betray you. Like obviously
there's-
Lando, there's some implications from previous movies that Lando will do it, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Khaleesi. You saw Khaleesi in the trailer, like. She's gonna bring some Game of Thrones betrayal in this movie.
Oh no, but remember,
As long as we
they
get some
need to
free-
go. They need to go to the Garden Planet.
I'd give
of
a-
course.
They
I'd
need to
give
go to
a-
the Garden
a-
Planet, walk through the Garden Planet.
One guy with the helmet,
Yes.
it's walking there.
Yes, and then
Turn about-
she tries to build a cooperation between the two, and then she backstabs it.
Yeah,
later
and
on.
then way in the distance is a building, and she talks about this is about us becoming kingpins of the galaxy. A guy screams, "No, it's not!
Yeah.
She's gonna betray you! She's got like 5 guys here!"
No, I love how Star Wars movies have gone.
It's like, stop
from-
meddling in my affairs.
Stay the fuck off my garden!
No, but this goes, stay off of my planet.
Remember, guys, when Star Wars used to be about bringing like balance to the Force or whatever? Now it's about let's put together a crew. Like
Oh god, yes, yeah.
And
it's
oh my
come to
god, there's
this.
a fucking chase scene. There's a
There's a
fucking
chase
chase
through a
scene.
wormhole.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
They-
we're safe.
They were like
No, no.
they were showing off that chase.
Not
scene.
another goddamn Tracy. First of all, drifting
Okay, look, but
is
guys-
not as impressive
But guys,
in a
remember,
hovering vehicle.
This is what's going to happen, though. This is what's going to happen, okay? Because Kathleen Kennedy is going to be involved. Ryan Johnson, thank God, isn't involved in this, but Kathleen Kennedy will be like, you know what this movie needs? They're like, what? It needs to be more like The Last Jedi. So during this chase scene, I want you guys to send someone who's on the car on a 12-hour side mission.
Oh,
Preferably 2 minorities that end up getting together. Even though she's a strong, independent woman, doesn't need a man.
did you guys notice there was a gambling scene in the trailer?
Yes,
Oh,
We're
yes,
doing
fuck,
this
I missed
again.
it.
You know what's so funny is that Disney are pushing, like they're pushing everyone's buttons. Firstly, Battlefront 2 gets released with a Star Wars themed slot machine mechanic.
And now they're putting slot
then
machines in
there was
movies.
a movie where one entire portion of the movie was based off of a casino planet, and now there's another gambling scene in Solo. Like, Jesus Christ, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
what's going on? Like, the fucking subliminal messages are through the roof. Like,
Yes, like, Jesus,
We're
stop
Disney.
it.
Go gamble.
Yes.
A place for family fun. Go gamble.
Battlefront 2, go buy it.
what
It's
was
been
it,
on
the
sale
second?
for like 17 years.
Have
Or
you
at least
s-
that's how long it feels like.
Have you seen what the Ultimate Edition is going for, at least in the South African PlayStation store?
God,
I think it's
some-
100 and something rand now. How much is
know,
that?
it's-
I think that, how many
No,
dollars is that?
it's
Less
not
than-
that little. It's not that little. I think that's just, I don't know. It's definitely not that little though. But it is somewhere along the lines of $30
It's
now.
dirt.
It's dirt cheap.
No, it's lower than that. It's unbelievably. No, sorry, Battlefront 1, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, Battlefront 1.
That one is going
But I mean,
for
who the
less than
fuck's
$10
playing that
at this
anymore?
point.
Oh,
Yeah,
who else is
yeah.
playing Battlefront 2 anymore?
Yeah, fuck
As
those
well.
games. I want to mention in the second trailer, they said 3 things specifically. They said, you're after something. I'm putting together a crew and assume everyone will betray you. You'll never be disappointed. Are they robbing somebody in this movie? Is this a heist movie? Like what? Like they
Oh,
said
God,
we need
it is. It's gonna
because
be
they
a
said we
heist
need a
movie.
driver or and a flyer
Oh my
and Han Solo.
God,
That's
it's-
me.
It's going to be a
So
heist
then it must
movie.
be Planets 12. Yeah, if they're gonna
Yes.
rip off Ocean's 11, make it Planet
What
12.
about Galaxies 12?
And with
Yeah,
this
we're
space
in a
kraken
different
shit,
galaxy.
like it's going Pirates of the Caribbean in space now. Like I
Oh
wouldn't be
my
surprised if we find Jack Sparrow somewhere. Like,
Like you know the thing that's pissing me off is that it's fine if you want to build on the lore, but don't make it ridiculous.
or
Like, that's
if
the
you're
thing
gonna
that I
add it,
think is going on.
explain. Like,
Yes, explain. Like okay, like for
Goddamn.
instance, if they had to have a kraken of some sort in there, say that it is from a planet that is just water, and that the oil that it produces.
but
you
it looks
know,
like it's in a
is-
wormhole or something. Like,
Oh God! then-
how does that work?
No.
How does a kraken
don't
live in a
know.
wormhole? Like,
I mean, like they have now they're pushing Star Wars into Uncanny Valley right now. There's nothing in Star Wars right now
Let's
that
face
is
it,
like
they've
making
given
sense.
up trying to maintain Star Wars as it is. I think I said in a different episode, their plan is obviously to get rid of all the old Star Wars fans because they're impossible to please. Okay, we are a little difficult to please because, you know, we want...
not
Quality.
really. Episode
Oh,
7
so-
wasn't
oh,
too
I-
much. Like, honestly, episode
look, the
7
thing
gave
is,
me what I
episodes-
wanted. And
Yes, episode 7 gave
like-
just enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
but as you said, we are difficult to please in the sense that we want quality. Disney doesn't do that. So they obviously want to get rid of the old Star Wars fans and repopulate it with a new fan base. But making these generic movies,
But you know,
I
what-
don't see how
the
that's going
thing
to
is-
make a difference. I mean, the train moving across the cliff
yeah.
with the guy seeing the rock coming towards him, that's straight up ripped
What do you
off
think they're
from
gonna
Indiana
rob?
Jones and the tank scene.
Like, what do you
Sorry?
think they're after? Like, what's
Money.
worth Steve?
God, it's some stash of some kind. I'm like, you know what? Okay, because this is Star Wars and Disney couldn't write a story if their lives depended on it. I'm going to guess that it starts off as a heist type movie. Midway through the heist,
gonna be
the
a
person
chase
who they're
movie.
stealing from, they find out that they're stealing from like a guy that wants to destroy a planet or something with a weapon that they find while trying to, steal
Look,
from
they're
him.
not
And
clever
then they
enough to
take the
make it
weapon
tie-
away from him, and then he spends the whole movie trying to get the weapon back, or some stupid bullshit like that.
And there's
which we've seen a
the
million
last
times.
scene is gonna be Darth Vader mowing down motherfuckers with a lightsaber.
It's gonna be Darth Vader. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna send Darth Vader to stop Han Solo, and Han Solo's gonna blast him, and then Vader's just gonna keep on blasting it away with the lightsaber, and then he just escapes. And then
Nah,
and
that's
then
too cool
he'll
to
just
be in
he'll
these
just
movies.
escape, and then the famous no thing that he says at the end of episode 3.
I hope we get to see Palpatine this time.
We won't.
No.
No, look, we won't see anything of value most likely.
If they were willing to kill off Snoke in the second movie, I can't think they'd bring back
you know what the
Palpatine.
worst part
Even
of
though
all
the
is?
actor that played
Is
him
it-
is still alive and kicking.
While watching this, I thought to myself, this would be a good trailer for a sci-fi movie that wasn't Star Wars.
Yeah.
While watching it, I was like, okay, if this was not Star Wars...
It looks like one of those
probably-
B movies that, like, you know,
Yeah,
follow
I-
standard formula, but, like, maybe worth watching in the theaters.
Yes, exactly. That's what it looks like in the trailer. And then, that's not what Star Wars is about. I remember,
It's
like...
about the force, like bringing balance to the force, and
like with episode 1, like okay,
Friendship.
I wasn't old enough to see the trailers for the original Star Wars trilogy. I was old enough to see the trailer for episode 1 though. I mean, okay, the movies didn't turn out to be too good, but I do remember the unbelievable aura of like hype that was happening, you know? It was just like, oh my god, another Star Wars movie, fucking yeah, like this is gonna be fucking awesome. Like, and that was the consensus. Now it's just like, yeah, I see it and I feel just nothing, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Star Wars fans feel this too. I think the point is here though, that Disney put her in, you know, in the leadership role without actually knowing what she would do. And they didn't have any I don't think Disney actually has had a hands-on approach here. I don't think that Disney is the one who's actually causing these issues.
But Disney's
Because-
also not responsible
because
for
Disney-
being hands-on. I don't think they were hands-on with Marvel either. And that
They were
that's
a
my
little
point.
They're not
hands-on.
hands-on. They're
Depends
a little
on the
hands-on
movie.
with Marvel, but the thing is, they do allow Marvel to do its own thing as well. Like, Marvel has I saw a great comment the other day, is that Marvel is the movies are being created by fans of comics, and it feels like in Lucasfilm that there's not a single fan that's actually working on the movies, except for the art director, you know, who's like, listen, this movie's gonna suck, but I'm going to fucking make it look
Yeah, it's
amazing.
good.
I mean, like,
It's a
think
very
that's the
pretty
only-
movie.
Yes.
We will openly admit that the movies, I was about to say games, movies look amazing. Except for the Millennium
Yeah,
Falcon.
it looks. It doesn't
wrong
look
to
like
me.
the
I'm not
same
sure if
Millennium Falcon. Like, I'm wondering what's up.
It looked longer.
Yeah,
than
like
it
the,
was supposed to be,
Okay.
you know, the front of the ship is different. Like, if you look at it.
Okay, so you guys also noticed.
Yeah, it
All
looks.
right,
It looks wrong somehow. It looks good, but it looks wrong. Shall we mention the humor?
No,
Or-
never.
You
No,
know,
the
I,
whole
I
time.
hate
Oh,
Star
God.
Wars humor. It's like, if you think Marvel humor is bad, like, if you think
No, look,
DC
Marvel humor-
is bad, like, check out Star Wars humor.
Marvel
Dude, this
humor
humor
is
is so
like
bad.
so much better than Star Wars. Marvel humor, at least, like I never really laugh out loud.
It's
or anything like
cheesy,
that. I
but,
do
like,
snicker. It's cheesy.
It's
but I
self-aware
snicker a
on
little,
some
but because
level.
it's self-aware and it is a comic book movie. This is
Yeah,
Star
like,
Wars. This isn't a
goddamn.
comic book movie. There are people that die in this universe.
And you could be funny,
In
but
episode
be
three-
funny in a
in
different
episode
way.
3, the entire Jedi were slaughtered, including small children. Like, I mean, like, you don't need to make everything so fucking PG, Disney. Like, fuck's sake. Like, oh my god. You know what the worst part is? Is that Disney owns Fox now. Do you think that they're gonna allow an R-18 Deadpool to get
I
released?
don't know.
I think they'll have
They
to.
own The Exorcist
Because-
now as well.
Because
Oh, God.
I want to see
Oh,
The
God, imagine a
Exorcist
PG
in
version of The Exorcist.
Kingdom Hearts as well as Star Wars.
I'm just imagining, like Mickey. Actually, Mickey is the demon.
Yeah, it's like, oh shucks, what's wrong with her? It's like, your mother will suck
What's wrong
cocks
with
in
her?
hell. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shucks, that's not nice.
Yeah, your mother was like Wisconsin, and it's like, because I mean, look.
anyone else see that
if that
picture where
happens.
Goofy was walking Pluto? How
Yeah,
fucking meta was
okay, let's
that?
get back. Oh.
Okay,
So,
So,
Solo
but all
movie,
right. I mean,
Yeah, this movie's gonna suck. What do you guys think about the actors of Han Solo? Like, a lot of people are giving flack. Honestly, I don't really care.
Look.
Like, obviously, he's not the best
Look,
actor. Like, I'd rather have like 10 other people before him, but I don't think he's too bad from what I've seen.
look, he doesn't seem bad. I have like if I will judge him based off of the movie though. Like right now, he doesn't seem bad in the trailers or anything. But if he's bad,
But
in
remember,
the
the best part of every movie is in the trailer, so we've seen it at its best.
because there was a lot of talk about him struggling to capture the nuances of Han Solo. And I mean, look, I don't know. He doesn't look like Han Solo. I think that's the thing that bugs people the most is that you cannot see him.
Yeah, but who really
up
looks like
into
Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford has such a distinct look.
He does have a distinct look, but
Get the actor to frown.
What's the name? The guy from
an unusual amount
the
of
new
time.
Blade Runner. What's his name? He wouldn't be a bad choice.
oh yeah, he would have
What's
been a
his
good
fucking
choice.
name?
And they worked together. In Blade Runner 2049. So
But I think we all agree that our complaints about the newest Star Wars has never been about the actors; it's about the characters.
Yeah, and the writing.
That, as a rule, I don't really care who plays a role, as long as the character is done well. I mean, Woody Harris is in this movie playing Woody Harris.
Woody
It's
Harrelson
fucking
playing Woody
a different
Harrelson.
role.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see him and you go, "Oh, it's Woody Harrison." You don't see him as the character. You say,
Harrelson.
"Oh, it's Woody
This is
Harrison."
already the third time you said the wrong surname.
Ah, fuck, who cares? It's
Uh,
Woody.
It's
We all know
Woody.
it's Woody.
Everybody knows Woody.
Everybody knows Woody. God, I wish I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they said
I mean-
Han Solo was on the street since he was 10 years old. He got kicked out of Flight Academy in that one trailer. It's
Oh.
like, oh my god,
Oh my
can he
God.
have a more
Look, I
generic
don't-
backstory?
Yeah. The thing is, in the original,
Like, who is he,
canon-
Captain fucking
I think
Kirk?
he was in-
Like,
Yeah, I'll have to go back into my history because I'll stand under correction. It's been a long time since I've read up on this, so I'll have to go and double check. So please don't slaughter me if I get this wrong. But wasn't Han Solo in the Imperial fleet? That's why he's technically a
I don't
captain.
think so.
I'm convinced it's somewhere in that line, but okay. It's.
I mean, look. Either way, though, they gave him a stupid backstory in this movie, and
But
it's just
either
it
way,
looks.
he
It looks
wasn't going to
generic.
get a good one because his canon one was thrown away.
Yeah. No, Disney took the canon of Star Wars and just burnt it in a dumpster fire. That's what they did.
I mean, we know
Or
we
actually,
now we know
fuck.
how Han Solo dies, so like we're gonna see where he comes from. Like normally, I would be happy about this movie if it was a good director, but goddamn, like I know we mentioned this before, but
Direct-
movies have gone so downhill, man. Like, what's going on with movies, bro? Like,
And,
I don't know.
and that's
I
just
mean,
it.
you know
It's
what?
not a director,
After-
it's directors,
Yeah, look,
plural.
After
Thanks to Kennedy.
after playing God of War, I think as well. Like, just if you compare how great of a medium gaming is now, it's not comparable anymore. Like, I would rather spend $60 on a game and play it for like even if it's a short game, like 10 hours long. I'd rather spend that kind of money for a well-crafted, really good, narratively driven single-player
yeah,
game.
and it's the least bang for your buck, I think. Like movies,
Yes, it is.
like
I think even the shortest game is still longer than most movies. I mean, what's the shortest game
The thing is,
you've ever
movie
played?
tickets are around. Okay, I don't know how it is in America currently, but down here it's about $10.
yeah. Okay, let's say
for
average
the movie
$10,
tickets.
and the average movie is 2 hours, so that's $5
Okay, but
an
the-
hour you get.
the-
With a video game, are you kidding me? $5 an hour? Like that's like expensive as fuck.
Okay, but this is for that super premium
Like
scene supreme.
$60.
True,
thing
but
down
still
here.
though, like
It's. I mean, the $10. That's the one where you get the
That's
red
a
carpet and the
12-hour
big seats
game.
and all that stuff.
Which is like standard for Western games, but like in Japanese markets, 12-hour games is like you don't see that shit. You see 40 hours.
yeah. I mean, look, especially if you see like JRPGs and things like I don't know. It just feels like movies are going downhill, and I really don't think that that this movie is gonna do any better. I really
Yeah,
don't
the bar is still
understand
so
what-
low. James Cameron needs to come
The
back.
bar is so low. Oh God, man! Stop with James
No,
Cameron.
I'm telling
I
you,
know
he's
it's
gonna bring about a renaissance of movies, like when he makes Avatar 2, man. Like he
Although isn't it a little unfair comparing movies to games though, because the one's passive and the other one's interactive.
Look, that is true. However, I would say right now that if they removed the entire gameplay of The Last of Us and removed all of that and they just showed the story of The Last of Us, it would have been a more compelling story than most of the schlog that
yeah,
we
especially
got.
these
last
JRPGs,
couple of
like
years.
remove the like
There is
gameplay
a lot, like a lot of
Tales of
games these
Berseria.
days.
Like that would be a dope ass movie.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of games these days which narratives are so much better than movies. But okay, I mean, this is just what we're seeing on these trailers. There's literally
I wanted to mention
nothing-
one thing from the trailer. Chewie's 190 years old. What's that about?
Oh no, his race lives.
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
live
but
that.
Yeah, they
what's
live
the
like
point of
800
putting
years.
that in the trailer?
Yeah.
There's
No, it's
point.
unbelievably
Like, who was
stupid, but
asking?
oh my God, they actually got something Star Wars.
Yeah, it's
accurate.
like
Wookiees
it's
live
like
long.
it's like how would you not know if you're a Star Wars
But even
fan?
still, who was
Because
asking?
Chewie hasn't aged. Chewie hasn't aged at all, and Han Solo aged. So it's like okay,
We've connected the
we've
dots.
connected the dots.
We're not
Thank
stupid.
you. Thank you, Disney, again, for treating us like we're idiots. Well, actually, Lucasfilm, thank you for treating us like we're idiots.
But I don't get who that joke was catered to. Every Star Wars fan knows that Wookiees grow old, and every casual moviegoer is going to get, what does a bad-looking Wookiee look like? I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, you look good.
Are you
How does a bad-looking Wookiee
expecting
look
maybe
like?
some cameos in this movie? Like,
Honestly, at this point, I don't know, and I don't care because
Can we
there's
get Samuel
there's
Jackson
no-
to
there's
do
no
a cameo?
what about Obi-Wan?
Okay, fine.
Do you think
If-
we can get a Obi-Wan
if Samuel.
cameo?
Okay, fine. If Obi-Wan or Samuel Jackson were as cameos in this movie, that would elevate the movie by 1 point.
Yeah.
However, if the movie is like a 4 out of 10, that only brings it up to 5.
Who else could make a
And
cameo
that's just it. If you
in the movie? Like,
Definitely not Christensen.
yeah, I mean, Darth Vader, Palpatine. That's obvious. They might.
I don't know. I'd take Christensen over what we're getting now. That's how desperate I'm getting.
I mean, look, at this point, though,
Christensen
I
just
think...
acted badly. At least the movie wasn't that shit.
What
Yeah,
about
but
the
okay.
Hutts?
Okay, guys,
Like,
let's
do you think the
look...
Hutts might be included?
God,
Well, he has to
yes.
meet
Yeah,
Jabba eventually,
yeah.
although they don't have the smarts to actually include Jabba here.
I mean, okay, guys, like let's look at it from a glass half full situation as well. Okay,
Difficult to do in
like,
the situation I'm in
ignore that this is Star Wars quickly. All right,
I've been doing
like
that.
just ignore that it is Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, now think about it like this. Okay, does it look like something that you would like to go and see or watch? Maybe not in the movies, but eventually go see and watch if it wasn't Star Wars.
No.
Maybe
for me,
with
yes.
friends
It
at
looked-
the movies, but not
it
by
looks,
myself.
It looks. The thing is, it doesn't feel like Star Wars, and I don't think that it should be treated as such because at this point, Lucasfilm is not Lucasfilm, just like BioWare is
But
not
bearing
BioWare.
that in mind, your question is, would I go and watch this movie if it wasn't Star Wars? My answer would be no, because I'd rather be watching Star Wars.
There must be an alternate universe
But-
where these movies kick ass. Like, why aren't we in that dimension?
I mean, look, maybe it'll be good, but okay, look, we will go and see it. We will go and watch it.
You don't have to.
We'll give you our opinions. Yeah, we will do we'll try and do a fully in-depth review like we did with The Lost Jedi.
Yeah.
There's no way we can go in that depth. I have something to bitch
I
about.
can't
The
wait
Last
for
Jedi.
people to start saying it's not that bad. It's like,
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
wait.
You know, but I've got something to bitch about The Last Jedi. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I know. Shocker. Right.
Mm.
Remember one of the cool scenes You know, where it's the Praetorian Guard fighting against Kylo Ren and Mary Sue.
Yes,
Fuck
yes.
knows what her real name is anymore.
Well,
I
I mean,
used
look,
to-
I would call her Mary Sue Walker, but
You know,
apparently her.
You know
parents
how
know her.
in our original review we thought that was one of the cooler scenes? Yeah, it was pointed out to me the other day. Turns out it's not that cool.
Why?
Because as the fight starts, go onto YouTube, watch this again. As the fight starts, watch the two guards on the left of the screen. They're fighting each other.
As they should.
I shit you not. Two of the guards, just to keep it active on the screen, are fighting each other. They're not fighting the two
Do you
heroes.
expect anything better?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I thought, oh fuck,
That's
this was
just
one of the good
Wait, was
scenes.
Rogue One the
Just
Star Wars
great.
movie that didn't have an intro to it? Like the standard? Okay,
Yes.
so I'm expecting
And this one also
Okay,
won't.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one won't have a crawl.
This one won't have a crawl. It'll probably not feel like Star Wars at all. It'll feel like a B-rated action
Yeah, so-
Sci-fi heist movie.
Do you expect to see any lightsaber action? Like Rogue
No.
One, we had a little bit from
Uh,
Darth Vader.
Look, they will put lightsaber action into here because they have to.
I mean,
At
fuck, that was
this
the last
point,
one.
at this point,
But who?
Disney are
like,
working, like Lucasfilm are working off of a template right now that they've constructed, and it says at the top, best way to make Star Wars. Meanwhile, when you see it, it's covered in shit stains and mayonnaise, and yogurt stains all over, and it looks as if it just went through a meat grinder. It's like this is the holy Bible of Star Wars movie
The one
making.
cool thing
So
we
I
could
have to
see
touch
is
it.
like how Obi-Wan was doing afterwards. Like, I'm really hoping
I mean,
we
but look,
get something.
they have been saying that they're going to do an Obi-Wan spin-off, but at this point, I don't, even with Ewan McGregor at the helm being Obi-Wan, it doesn't matter at this point.
That'd be
does
cool.
It?
Him as old.
It doesn't
Obi-Wan.
matter. He will.
Yes,
he
but it
will.
would
He
somehow
will be
be-
good.
I'd actually say it's worse. Because he's a genuine fan.
Yeah.
He loved making the movies. Okay, he was in the prequel trilogy, which wasn't the best trilogy of the two that I acknowledge.
In his defense, he was like 9 years old,
But-
most likely.
And
When the
everybody
original
says
trilogy
how much
released.
fun he was having. There are endless behind the scenes clips where you could tell he's just having a ball. He's the epitome of a Star Wars fan going, oh my god, I'm a Jedi in a Star
Yeah.
Wars movie. This is the
Yes.
best
I
thing
saw a
ever.
Samuel L.
That
Jackson
doesn't
interview
mean
where he
shit.
was like, he asked George Lucas, "Can he have a purple lightsaber?" Because in the first movie,
Yeah, was
he
like,
didn't
yeah,
have
sure.
the light. Like, he had a lightsaber, but he never showed it. Like, and George Lucas was like, "Oh, I don't know," but then he eventually agreed to it, and he was like,
Yeah,
"Yes."
and Jackson, yes, and Jackson loved his character Mace Windu so much. He went to George Lucas and said, "Please tell me he's not actually dead.
Yeah,
Please tell me that he
but
survived that."
you know, he
fall."
had to die by the third movie because he's not in the original trilogy.
I mean, look, at this point, doesn't matter. I mean, like, anyway, look, even if he died, maybe he was a broken man after that.
Look,
maybe
I maintain.
Like, either way, it would be nice to have a spin-off with him. It would be nice to have a spin-off with Obi-Wan, but the problem is that at this point, it feels like I don't know, like, I guess you could put it like this, like a captain is trying to steer a ship that is busy sinking and has holes in it, and Star Wars is the ship, and Kathleen Kennedy is the captain.
Yay!
And it's just...
It's
and
a
it's
bad
just-
metaphor because Kennedy
But
wouldn't go down
hey,
with her
James
ship.
Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna blame everybody she can see and then jump ship of her through. At least the captain of the Titanic went down.
But
with
James Cameron made the Titanic movie, and then that was really good. So.
Oh my god, dude! Like
I'm
swear,
telling you, he's gonna
you're
raise the
starting-
bar.
Remember the movie 23,
Yeah.
where like
I
the guy
saw
goes
the
crazy
trailer. I never watched the
because-
movie. But I understand.
he goes crazy because he sees the number 23 everywhere. You will go crazy because you see
Cameron.
Cameron everywhere. It's like you buy a new bagel. I bet you Cameron made this bagel. like you eat it. It's like, this is the best bagel I've ever
He's gonna
fucking
see
eaten.
Cameron movies. He slices his bun in half. He sees Avatar. As he's driving, he looks up at the cloud. He sees
the scene from Titanic.
I can't wait to do the
No, I can fly, Jack.
That'd be so great. Avatar 2 review on this podcast. I can't wait. Ooh.
I didn't like the original. How am I gonna survive the second one?
Oh, you're gonna survive.
I mean, look, at this point, Urbia will force you to
Even though I'm not in the same country as you, I'll force you.
that Clockwork Orange movie. What?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork. Yeah, that's what I said. The one where the guy's being forced to watch it. That scene.
With the eyelids.
I don't want to watch that.
I think we've diverted from our original topic. Either way, overall, guys, what do you think? Any last words?
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah. I just want to say that I'm going to give this movie the benefit of the doubt. I know that I've been shitting on it this entire time, but at the same time, I do want to be unbiased in this situation. I do want to at least give it a shot. I will look at it from the point of view as not a massive Star Wars fan, but as the point of view as a person who wants to be entertained by going to the movies. And I will give my opinion based off of that. So far, this trailer has not impressed me. It feels like every other trailer I've seen for sci-fi movies over the years.
It even had the Hans Zimmer sound.
Yes, it did. It's a paint by numbers. You can see. It's just a checklist. It's a checklist.
Yeah.
Swooping scene, check.
But
a ship that looks like the old one, check. Chase scene,
check. Double check.
Casino scene, check.
Double check.
Minority person, check.
Make sure that if there isn't a bad director, that we at least fuck it up halfway through and put 2 directors to do it. Actually, no, 3 directors to do it. Check.
Kennedy mingling, check.
Yes. Then, last page is just Kennedy mingling, this huge box that takes up the entire page.
Yeah.
With a giant check symbol.
You have to get this. You have to actually go into a different room, get this massive pen.
Yes.
Takes 4 guys to move it. Check.
Make sure the trailer looks kick ass. I would argue movies have gotten worse, but trailers have gotten pretty good.
Trailers have gotten pretty good.
It's
but
because
this
how difficult it is to take the best 30 seconds of a movie and stick it in a trailer.
Yeah, it doesn't take too much effort in all honesty.
A Usual Suspect does that on a daily basis.
I like what they said. Assume everyone will betray you and you'll never be disappointed. Well, Star Wars and Disney has betrayed us. So rest assured I will not be disappointed by this movie.
Actually, it's the opposite of me. Assume everyone will betray you and you'll never be disappointed. Well, both of these fuckers have betrayed me and I'm still fucking disappointed.
I don't want to keep that. If you let something live in your head, that's rent free. They're living in your head for free. You gotta have positive energy. Fuck Star Wars and Disney. Well, fuck Disney Star Wars. Fuck it.
I don't know.
Fuck
maybe
it.
If I get to throw a petrol bomb through the window, it would be nice purging.
You gotta lobotomize that part of your brain.
Okay, I'll go get the
I'll get the chopsticks.
God.
I'll get the hot sauce.
I'll go get the rusty knife.
Chopsticks.
I'll go get the axe.
I'll go get the one.
Okay, I'll get the gun.
Okay,
Any final thoughts?
I'll get the nuke. But yeah, I said what I needed to say. Anything else, guys?
That's about it for me.
The movie's going to suck. I'm calling it now.
Alright.
I'm gonna try to go in there as unbiased as possible, but I'm already ready to call it. It's gonna suck, or
the bar
at
at this
least
point
be...
is so low that I don't think that there's anything that they could do at this point.
That's not going to be worse than The Last
There's
Jedi.
no way it'll be
but
worse than The Last
it's
Jedi.
going to be either shit or average.
Yeah.
One of the two. I'm going to give it either a 0 or at best a 4 out of 10.
I expect something similar. Like, it's not gonna
Fuck,
break
guys,
a
okay,
5. It's not gonna break a 5.
I'm going to try and see it.
You think it's gonna break a 5
Uh,
rating? Like, beat over average, above average? Like,
Look, the thing is, The Last Jedi for me is it's not even a movie, in my opinion. It's like I don't know what it is, but it's not a movie. It's something pretending to be a movie because
It's a troll movie.
it is a troll movie. But the thing is, the entire movie is just badly written. There's nothing in the movie that makes sense. It's Swiss cheese.
it's like if M. Night
It's awful.
Shyamalan directed each scene.
Yes, like honestly,
Without knowing the
actually,
overall
if
story.
If M. Night Shyamalan directed,
But
The
like
Last Jedi,
M. Night
I
Shyamalan
probably-
has an overall story, but what's this?
His story, his movies at least don't look like they've been shot in the wrong sequence.
Mm.
And his twists, although they can be a little bit ridiculous, are not gotcha twists.
Yes.
That bad.
There's one major twist at the end, and that's it. There's not a twist every 5 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, where you go, if you twist one more goddamn time, Johnson.
Yes. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay, guys. Anything else you'd like to
That's
say,
about it.
or is that? Or you got?
No, I think I've said my
Thank
piece.
you for.
I'll save the rest for when the movie
Oh, I can't
comes
wait
out
for
and
the
I
movie.
get to bitch a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we either, if it's good, we'll give its praises. If it's bad, we will rip it to
And
shreds.
Yeah.
we can assume at this point what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Nah, it's gonna suck.
yeah, very much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Okay, well, cool, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you for all your support and listening to 3 grown-ass men complaining. We hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share. And please consider supporting us on Patreon. If you want to receive updates on our channel as well as when we release our videos, please join us on Facebook and Twitter. Enjoy and see you all next time.